It is day 7 of our 7-day Alaska cruise, and we have made it to Victoria, British Columbia. As you can see, it's another fun-filled day of fantastic weather. So we came in here at 3 o'clock. We should be off of the ship by 3:45. We have to be back by 9:30. It's just a little short stop because we had to go into international waters, so we had to make an international stop and block checked. So as you can see, there's not a lot of stuff to do around the port. So it's going to probably be about 5 or 10 minute walk to port, and we'll see what we can do in the port. But at least it's not raining, unlike the last 3 stops we had. So let's go check out Victoria, British Columbia. Now, Royal Caribbean does have about 10 excursions that you can do from here. You can go on a seaplane, you can go on a fishing trip, you can go on an ale tour, they have a walking tour, they have a zip line tour, and a couple other tours. There's a bus tour that'll take you through BC, well, Victoria. And if you decide not to do any of those, like I decided not to do any of those, I figured I'd just explore the city. The hop on hop off bus, it runs until 5:30, so you're really only going to have the hop on hop off bus for maybe a point or two, depending on how long you spend at each point. So it takes you to 15 different points. Chinatown is about a 42-minute walk from here, so I'm going to walk there because it looks like City Hall and stuff is next to that. So I'm going to walk to Chinatown. I'm going to get some dinner and then work my way back to the ship and be back here about 9 or so. All on board is 9:30. We'll be off about 3:30, 3:45, I think is what the actual time is. I'm hoping that we'd get off a little sooner because we've been here for a while. When you get on the ship, you're going to have a Canadian custom form that you have to fill out. So just know that that exists. Just in case your son puts his books and stuff on top of it and you find it the day you pull into port. Also, another cool thing about this ship, I haven't seen it done anywhere else, but Royal has a partnership, I guess, with Seattle Tacoma International Airport, where you can fill out a form, get it to them by day 3, put on your flight information in there. You can leave your bags outside. They'll give you special boarding tags, and depending on your airline, there's about 9 or 10 different airlines on there. Southwest, American, I think United, and there's several others. I think JetBlue. But they'll take for free your bags to SeaTac, and you don't even have to worry about them. They'll check them in right with your airline. The deal was your flight had to leave between 11 and 1:30, somewhere around between those times, for it to work. Maybe it's 3:30, but I figured that's pretty cool. That piece of paper was underneath the customs form, so I don't get to see how well it worked. I filled out the form and went down to the guest services. I was like, hey, can I still do this? I was like, this is the day 4 for that, just a suggestion. They're like, nope, it's too late because they have to coordinate with the airlines and stuff like that. But it is available if you go on Royal through Seattle. They've got that partnership up, so hopefully they can get that done with Miami and stuff, so I don't have to keep ordering Uber XLs and Lyft XLs because he usually wants to pack 4 bags. All right, so we have made it to Victoria, British Columbia. We're at the port. There's our Princess ship, an Oceania ship, and our ship. So there should be a lot of passenger traffic today. So we're going to just cruise around town and see what we can find. Hopefully not get into too much trouble, and be back in about 5 hours. So we got off the ship at 3:23 is when it got cleared. It was scheduled for 3:45, so we're already ahead of schedule. So let's go check out Victoria. As you come off the ship, there's an information desk there, and you can get a handy dandy map of things to do around here. So the Fisherman's Wharf is 1 kilometer, James Bay Village 1.4, Beacon Hill Park 1.6, and downtown is 2 kilometers. So you got about a 2 kilometer walk. But they got rickshaws, they got pedal scooters, they have all kinds of stuff here. They even have horse-drawn buggies out here, so if you want to take a horse-drawn buggy, not a problem. When you get dropped off at the port, you're essentially put right into a residential area. It's really weird. I've never seen a port like that before. But if you have young ones on the cruise ship, there is a small park not too far away, so you can let them play. If you bring a ball or something like that, there is a big field right over there that you can play in as well. So there's some things to do, get some exercise. So there's a elementary school that is about a quarter of a mile from the port, and that's where that field was for. It's actually for school, and they got another playground right here too. So it's opened up on both ends, so I'm assuming it's kind of a community playground, but a lot of stuff here to do if you have some little ones that have a little bit too much energy for the cruise ship. So we're in a town called, or a neighborhood called James Bay. So if you're looking for a Starbucks, there's one there. They do have the BC and Victoria mugs. There is a grocery store and a pharmacy. There's also a pharmacy across the street there, a couple restaurants and whatnot. So I'm on my way now to stop number 2. I have 2 mandatory stops everywhere I go. 1, Starbucks, so I can go get a mug. And 2, Pandora, so we can go get a charm. So we're going to pass a few key buildings in Victoria, so I'm excited to check them out. Look at how big those trees are. They're insane. We don't get trees like that in Texas. I think it's got to have like a 6-foot diameter to it. You can make a lot of stupid, worthless paper straws out of that tree. Just to give you some perspective of how big this tree is. I'm at one end of it and it still has all of that. So one of the stops on my way into Chinatown, we're going to be passing the Legislative Assembly of British Columbia. So we get to actually cut through the lawn and walk through the buildings on our way over there. So that's pretty cool. Because in the States now, you can't get that close to Capitol buildings. Much nicer here in Canada, eh? So having had 8 firefighters, including myself, and my son, spanning 4 generations and 2 lineages. It's always cool when I see memorials for firefighters and EMTs, paramedics, things like that. So it's pretty cool. For a little bit, I grew up in Austin, and one of my best memories of being in Austin was my mom taking us to the Capitol. We had a little picnic out there, collected pecan nut shells and stuff like that, and had some fresh pecans. You can't do that anymore because it's all fenced off. You don't have public access to it anymore because stupid people. So it's nice to be able to come through here and experience some of Canadian legislative history, since we can't do it in our own country anymore. Hey, there's some kind of parade going on today. They got the streets blocked off. I can see them down there. Oh, it's a pro-Hamas demonstration. Stupid people. So I'm on Government Street. They actually shut this street down. It's just full of shop, and there's a cool candy shop over here. There's a souvenir shop right across the street from it. There's a Burger King and A&W, some other little restaurants here and there. You can sit down in the street and eat. It's really cool. It's a nice little downtown area. It's very well for shopping and for tourism. So I found a mall called Bay Center. So it's about a mile from the ship. So if you're looking for a mall, some shops, it's right here. It's right off of Government Street. And if you're looking for a Pandora, there's one in here too. So I just left Bay Center and we are on Douglas Street. So we're going to work our way to Chinatown. It's about 0.3 of a mile from here. It's not too far of a walk. Interested to see what it's like. There are definitely strange things afoot at the Circle K. So the next historical building we scope out on our trip to Chinatown is Victoria Hall. It is City Hall. And it has this cool little courtyard here that you can just pull up a chair, get a blanket, read a book. It's got a nice little fountain here. It's really cool. If you follow the directions on your map app, it's going to take you up another block and over. But if you come through Victoria Hall and cut across the little square, it'll take you right in front of the temples of Chinatown. you're in Chinatown looking for some authentic Chinese food, make sure you go over to Pinala's Pizzeria. They even have a Mexican restaurant in Chinatown as well. So very international. So I just had dinner at the Ocean Garden restaurant. It was really good, fast food. Came out hot. I didn't have to wait, but maybe like 5 minutes. Some people's children. I only had to wait about 5 minutes for my food, so it was really quick. So if you're in Chinatown, you might want to look them up. So this Chinatown is actually Canada's oldest Chinatown. So that's pretty cool to come through. So we're gonna make our way back to the ship now, about a 45-minute walk from Chinatown, the way I'm going. So I'm gonna go through Fisherman's Wharf and the back way into Ogden Point. So that way I can show you a little bit more. Do you know what's better than one lip? Two lips. I did not expect to see a stand-up piano being played in the middle of the street. That's a first, and I've seen a lot. So we're near Bastion Square. Bastion Square is right next to this marina, but like a little airport too for seaplanes. So there was two of them just came in. It looks like another one's about to leave. So I'll see if they're leaving. I can get you a view of a seaplane taking off. So that's something you just don't see every day. Well, it doesn't look like any are about to take off here in the near future, so I'm going to start working my way down to the cruise ship. And if I see any take off, I'll work on getting it for you. So this house behind me is actually the first customs house. It dates back to 1875. So I don't know if you can see it in the distance, but our cruise ship's over there. So not too far left to go. It's right by the wharf. So a quick ride or walk over to where the seaplanes are at off of Wharf Street. I tried to get the landing for you. That cruise ship just wasn't feeling it today. But check out this little water taxi. What a cool little place to take a picture in front of a Canada sign. And it changes colors, so you can just wait for your favorite to come along. So if you want to catch the harbor ferry, it's right by the Canada sign off of Wharf Street. And there's several stops that goes on to. Very scenic. So it's pretty much right in front of the Parliament building, which has an awesome looking welcome sign. So it looks like it says maybe welcome to Canada. Let's go check it out. But from where we're at right now, it's 1.3 miles from the cruise ship terminal. How cool is that to say welcome to Victoria and red flowers right facing the Parliament building? It's very picturesque. Oh, if you got some time in Victoria and you want to do a pub crawl, 4 hours, 4 bars, or 3 hours and 4 bars. 4 hours, 3 bars? I haven't even been drinking, I can't even remember. Anyway, few bars, few hours, few drinks, maybe a lot of memories. If you want to come here from the States in your vehicle, you can take a ferry from Seattle over here, and you can take it right back and go. It's probably maybe an hour ferry ride from here. Victoria's just pretty much across the sound or whatever. It's right there, that little body of water between Washington and Victoria. Well, it looks like we're getting out of the city center and heading back into the residential area. I'm going to see if I can get a better shot of the seaplanes. If I can't, sorry, but you come here and check it out for yourself. If you're looking for a cool place to stay, the Huntington Hotel is right across from the wharf, and it's probably haunted. Looks haunted, so if you're looking for somewhere that's haunted, that might be a good stop for you. There is a park at Fisherman's Wharf. I'm going to walk down Fisherman's Wharf and see if there's a spot to see seaplanes. So she sells seaplanes by the seashore. She sells seashells by the seashore. See, I'm pretty good. how cool was that? So all these little houses you see around here, they're actually private residences or bed and breakfast. So if you're looking for a cool place to stay in Victoria, you may want to try and find one of these bed and breakfasts over here at Fisherman's Wharf. So if you're at Fisherman's Wharf or you're walking around Fisherman's Wharf and you need to use the restroom, there's one right there. It's a community, so it's just like a Porta John, but a little fancier. Well, we have made it back to the cruise ship terminal. So I hope you found this journey interesting and helpful. I saw two groups from the cruise ship, number 3 and 13. Not sure what the relevance is for those, but for tour wise. But a lot of the people in those groups were like, they look kind of bored. So I don't know if I'd pay money to go on a land tour. You might want to just do it on your own. Save some money and spend it somewhere in town and get some souvenirs. But if you have any questions about Victoria, I'll do my best to answer them. Until next time, I'll see you next trip.